Don't have your volume on.
And of course I lost Brad because he switched his mic, and yeah.
How did you lose me?
I don't know, man. Where'd you go?
Can you name the guys
right here
ahead of you?
So here.
I don't see Brad.
Yeah, Brad, you got to turn back on your mic. How many technical problems are we going to have today because of Brad Chester? That's what I want to know. That's my question.
You know what?
Oh, hey, you're back, buddy. I missed you.
I'm really hurt by this thing that maybe it's me that's causing these technical difficulties. Wow, I'm huge right now.
Yeah, because you changed your camera, and after you changed your camera, you did it while we were already live on the waiting screen, and I couldn't update.
That was a good look on my face there for a second when I got frozen.
Yeah, you're back to normal. Hey, and I wanted to say hello, guys.
I just found out that I could change my background on Skype. I'm so happy. I can't even tell you how happy this makes me.
So we're here to announce Team Sweden for the WTC, and Daniel's going to do that. But before we do that, today, after waiting for Brad for multiple minutes and him telling me he's on and not being on, being logged out of Skype, he gets on and he puts on this like weird Skype background. And I'm like, why don't you put a real background up? He's like, I can't. This is the ones that Skype offers. And I'm like, just put up any picture. So I put up a picture of my Adepticon winning display board. And I said, look, Brad, Skype apparently knows how awesome we are at team tournament. And they put that up. He's like, how did you do that? I'm like, just click the plus button.
We've been doing this literally for
put anything you want behind you.
Found out today that I could do this.
So yeah, so that's Chester. I wanted to let everyone know. Absolute genius in terms of helping you build an army list. Absolute insanity lost old man when it comes to anything technological. The fact that he knows how to use a remote surprises me. But you know what? He will surprise you too, because if you tell him, hey, there's a UFC fight on or something like that, he will immediately figure out how to get that working. And the moment I told him that you could put a backdrop up, boom, all of a sudden there's a Zinch dude behind him. He changed like 15 different images before. He had like 7 memes of Darth Vader, and then all of a sudden got on this. So yeah, that was our day today. That was our interesting morning of the day. I also have camera difficulties, but I just audibled to my webcam, so we're gonna kick things off here. And just to set the mood, Daniel, you are going to be the commissioner. Yep. You are going to name four.
I'm going to name 4 players.
4 players that are joining you.
Drafts. My first 4 top picks for next year's WTC. Yeah.
What are the time, please?
That's going to happen.
Let's do it. Give us the first pick
in the 2020 Swedish. Well, I guess it'll actually be 2021.
2021, yeah.
We're doing the draft anyway. So.
As Daniel kisses his wife before announcing the first round pick of the 2021 Swedish WTC team. Daniel, what is the pick?
Yeah. So
you're on the
first pick.
You're on the clock. Damn, I should have made a clock.
It's an oldie and a goldie. I'm gonna pick Olof Svensson, the former Swedish captain.
Olof!
First pick.
I mean, that's such an excellent pick. Woo! And it's good now that he just got out of prison, because I don't know if he was going to be able to make the team this year because of that. But, after you get caught with so many vicious assaults during 40K games, they eventually have to put you away. But we're glad that he's going to be out and ready to go for the 2021 season.
Yeah.
Olof is one of those Swedish Vikings that we all love and we hold close to our hearts. He's one of the only Swedish guys who actually wore horned helmets his entire childhood. He aspired to be a Viking of the myth, of the legend. And for those who don't know, Vikings didn't actually wear horned helmets. They're predominantly farmers. And when Olof's parents told him of this fact, he broke down. He had a grasp of.
He snapped.
He had a grasp of understanding what reality really was, right, Brad? You know what I mean? And it's like when you're second place at LVO, you're about to win, and all you got to do is make an armor save, and you just can't. And Olof, he really wanted to be one of those legendary Vikings, but instead he took up 40K, and we're all happy about it, right, guys?
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah.
We feel good.
He's an excellent player. I just wish this year's ETC or WTC he don't wear socks in his sandals.
Oh,
I feel like that's his signature move, though. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that
it's
was
like
what he
witches with
thought.
wigs.
Yeah, that was. He said that he looked it up on the actual Vikings website, and he said all Vikings actually used to wear sandals with their socks when they pillaged.
That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too.
I can imagine. I mean, it's very cold with sandals in Sweden generally, like 9 months of the year. So socks are required.
Chris Baber with a interesting point here. He's telling us not to draft any of the Chicago Bears players for the Team Sweden team, and I think that's a valid point. So just want to let you know that, Daniel.
They're pouring all games. Tell you the truth, 40K shoots and ladders, football, any of the things. Not good. No bueno.
Any thoughts, Daniel, on what Olaf will be playing?
No, I'm planning to bring him. He's a very versatile player, so I'm actually bringing him more as a codex-less player right now. He will adapt fastly to new codexes that come out. So I'm thinking right now, since there's so few new codexes out, I need 2-3 players with that kind of
just to
profile.
be able to adapt.
Yes, to be able to adapt.
Exactly. I got you on that. How long he's been in the ETC/WTC for a while now? How many years has he got under his belt?
I picked him like for the 8th seat when I was captain last time, maybe 5 years ago, I'm guessing. I don't think he was on the silver team in Prague, but I've been on the teams ever since.
Very nice, very nice. And will Olaf be wearing pajama pants when in Europe? That's another question that the fans have here.
People need to know.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to bring him on the show later on to ask these very specific questions.
Fantastic.
Pressing issues, I think you wanted to tell us.
let him know, as far as a good luck consideration, it gives you +1 on all armor saves, just inherently. Just telling you. Okay, so the second round pick, Daniel.
Second round pick.
You
would have to go to.
Wait. You got to get on the clock. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I'm on the clock.
You're on the clock.
The clock is on.
You're on the clock. Second round pick.
Second pick have to go to the number 1 on the Swedish ranking right now, which unfortunately isn't me. It's Johan Nikolaisen, a newcomer to the team. Woo! He's been rocking it hard with the Space Wolves. Got 5 wins out of 6 possible tournaments he's attended in 9th. He was strong in ITC in the end of 8th as well, so he was on the radar for last year's team actually.
Nice. Johan's relatively new. Brad, what can you tell us about Johan from the record sheet you have?
From the record sheet I have, I see that he's actually playing Space Wolves, and he said, I'm going to make that army mine and take all of the Marines away from Daniel, which I thought was just a suicidal tendency with that, because we know that Daniel has murdered at least 3 people that have tried to take the Marine Codex away from him. So we will see in gladiator combat how this is going to work out. So I don't know if they're going to go to first blood so they can still keep him on the team now.
I like it very, very much. Johan's relatively new.
Size, but luckily he can't summon ghosts. So
he's not a necromancer, and he doesn't know there's a fight coming on. So you have the advantage of both of those. I like to always do any sort of duel without the other person knowing there's a duel, and also, again, you can summon undead creatures, so that also gives you an advantage.
And Johan's relatively new in the scene. I don't know him personally, right, Daniel? Have I met him?
No,
I haven't met him. But from
actually, he was around Henrik's place. He played Tau against Nick.
Oh, he's the tall guy.
Henrik's place. Yeah, it's a big guy with like red beard.
Yeah, and that's actually one of his nicest attributes is that luscious beard of his, that full growth beard. From what I gathered here on the sheet is before he joined competitive 40K and the team, he was a boat builder, it says here, and quite a good one. Just making some very robust boats for much of the Norwegian army, and just kind of supporting them all. Just wooden boats in the 21st century, just killing it, man. Getting all the vacation islands. So I'm
He's
glad.
from a long and proud family of boat builders.
Yeah, his father here, Floki, was one of the most famous boat builders. It looks like during World War II. So just fantastic history, and I'm really glad to see him as your second pick for this 2021 season. So
yeah.
Now
he was available.
We have a question from some of the group here. Will he be doing a Hilangor toast? Is he a drinker? It seems like a ridiculous question, guys. He's Swedish. Jesus Christ, come on.
He will definitely participate in Hilangor.
Come on now. There's no chance that's just crazy talk. That you're not even allowed on the team.
Yeah, that's like a prerequisite for hanging out with the Swedes. So very good pick, Daniel. We're going to put you back on the clock, and we're going to come up with the third round pick for the Team Sweden 2021 team.
Yeah, and Team Sweden will, for the third pick another veteran. Someone always active, Jimmy Peterson.
Now, there's several Jimmys. If I was going to sort through the Jimmys and say which Jimmy is this Jimmy, how would I know which Jimmy that we're talking about?
It's not Jimmy, my brother. It's not Jimmy Peel, the old timer. It's like a tall, quite big guy. He has a nickname that I don't know if it's suitable for the draft. It's not ESPN friendly. So
he isn't ESPN friendly. I will say it's a lack of things, and we'll say lack of things, Jimmy. That Jimmy.
Lack of thing, Jimmy. Yeah, he's my third pick. He's been rocking really good with Chaos and focusing on that. He's been on the team previously, and he's also extremely active on forums and playing a lot. So I think the experience and stability will be excellent for the team.
Plus, by that time, they should have gotten a codex and really make it so it's so much stronger in that. Plus, he's the social media guy for you. So.
He's the social media guy. He's also helping me with some other stuff like the captain's chat and stuff like that. So nice. I think it's good to have him with us with the experience he have. I don't necessarily pick him with Chaos, but obviously he's a strong contender for the Chaos Soup codexes.
Yeah, and Jimmy's just a fantastic guy. We know Jimmy pretty well. He's actually more notable in the Swedish community for fighting for women's rights. Across every sector. He was one of the first people who said that women should be allowed on raids, and it's quite crazy that they have those divides. And Jimmy really went out there, put himself out there, hung his neck out there to really fight for them to have the same rights to rape and pillage and really ensure that they take on what it is to be Viking and Swedish. So I think that's really where Jimmy has done the most work, and we all know the stories of his ability to be quite a ladies' man. So it's a really good pick, Daniel. I really do. I'm worried about his other commitments off the game, off the tabletop, and I'm worried how they'll impact some of his growth, especially the number of women he's with all the time. So if he doesn't show up, on one of those mornings, where he is. It's like the beginning of Troy. He's waking up with 3 chicks. He'll show up and he'll just look at the other team and say, "Is there no one else?" Right?
And that's why no one will remember your name.
Correct. but we will remember Jimmy Patterson's name.
Indeed.
For all those reasons. So I think it's a solid pick. It's definitely a good contributor to the group. Yep. And I know he's your buddy and friend as well, because you guys share some of the same core values. So now that you're up on your fourth pick,
that's going on here.
We're going to put you on the clock now, Daniel, for your fourth pick and 5th player on the team. Well, no, actually, these are you haven't announced yourself as a player yet, so we'll.
No. So far, I'm not a player. I want to keep.
You want to earn the spot. And when you went to the tournament in Sweden and got wrecked.
Yeah, exactly. I want to earn the spot, and if there's,
can I give you some advice?
If there's a player more successful at that time than me, I'm probably gonna pick that person instead of me.
Well, here's the advice I would give you, Daniel. Why don't you pivot to play like an easier army, similar to Brad Chester's approach at 40K. You're playing Harlequins and you're making too many mistakes. Why don't you just play an army that has the forgiveness with the mistakes, and you don't have to worry about it as much? Why are you trying to overprove
take whatever
yourself?
You feel is the top army and always play that.
that has always been Olof's idea. He's always had the best points in the team as a captain. So. Am I still on the clock? How much time do I have?
No, you're not on the clock. You're not on the clock yet. We'll put you on the clock right.
And
yeah. So for the fourth pick, it's a newcomer. Not newcomer on the Swedish 40K scene, not on the European scene either. He's been traveling a bit. His name is Rickard Nilsson.
Ooh.
yes.
He's a super solid Swedish AdMech player. We had him on the radar for last year's team as well, but we didn't deem AdMech to be good enough. No one knows because we didn't have an ATC last year. So, but he's on the team for this year.
And now they're terrifying. So you're like, that army that's arguably the top army in the game. Let's go ahead and take a guy that knows how to play that. That seems like a good pick now. Seems nice. You're like, let's get the skinny army in here.
I need someone that really can control those 15 horses,
Yeah.
No, I haven't met him. How do you pronounce his name again, Daniel?
Richard Nilsson.
That seems like such a difficult Swedish name for me. Richard. I never heard of a Richard before. That just seems strange.
Are you sure that's... See, from my notes, I have that he didn't exist until last year, and I feel like it's because he's in witness protection, and that is super not a real name.
He is actually in witness protection, Brad, and the reason why is because, Roman soldiers are trained, but Vikings are Bjorn. And Richard Nielsen is a Viking through in and throughout. He's in protective custody now for what he did. And we can't speak about it on this channel. We are actually obligated to forego the details because it's still in open court, similar to Donald Trump's taxes. But we do want to say
the Oslo incident.
That's typically what we refer to it as. Yes, but even going that far is almost breach of contract. But Richard is an interesting pick. Are you still thinking about AdMech for him this time around, or are you switching it up, or what are you thinking?
No, I mean, we don't know when they get a new codex, but I definitely pick him for his skill in AdMech primarily right now. Hopefully the codex will be, if it comes out, it's still going to be a competitive codex. We've been talking a little bit, him and me, and he's open to play other armies if it isn't good enough. But it's definitely because of his long engagement with AdMech, and AdMech is now one of the top tier armies. So I feel comfortable picking him because he's doing good. He's very active on the scene. He travels to play outside of Sweden as well, which I think is really important for players to get, insight in other metas and play other players. I know he ended up second or third in German tournament quite recently as well. So he just seems like a very solid pick.
Yeah, broad range of experience, fighting all over the world, just really getting in the reps. So, and I know Brad has said this a million times, but AdMech are crazy good, and people don't know what they do, and they have a huge price point. Brad's constantly talking about how expensive that army is.
It's because I'm poor and I'm trying to beg for some more 40K money. Please, sir, I need some more plastic models. Can you help out?
Sounds like you need to win more tournaments.
Yeah. I mean, that is a problem.
Prize support, that's the big thing. That's what we guys live on.
I do actually have Alan's prize support right over. Where is it? I got his card right here.
Don't you spend my card, Ricky Bobby. Don't you dare spend my card. I'm coming back. So this concludes the 4 players confirmed for Team Sweden.
Of the Swedish
that
team.
with me, we're 4 players
Okay,
and
now, Daniel.
one playing captain so far. That's going to be the core for the next 3 to 4 picks.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's good to have more people to discuss with moving forward.
Now,
we have a coach thinking about, or are we still up in the air on coaching situation?
We're still up in the air. I'm looking either at a Swedish option or a ESPN option. We'll see what happens.
There's this extremely knowledgeable guy. I know. I will forward you his contact information.
I will forward you.
Let's just say he's good at
I'm
things.
still head hunting a bit for that position since it's a very important position, especially if I'm not playing. Especially if I am playing, it's really important to have a really good coach. So
100%. It's actually like a lot of teams don't understand the full value of the coach on the team. It's so he takes care of certain problems, make sure things are going on, make sure judges are where they need to be, make sure that people are doing what they need to, also finds the scores. I think that people don't understand how important the ETC WTC coach spot is. Actually having a good coach versus a bad coach is a big difference on your team.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Well, this was awesome, Daniel. I'm really excited to see what the rest of the team is. Before we go, the last question we have is if Team Sweden in Poland was, let's say, the party team with the Team United States of America, let's say they are a 10 on the scale of 10s.
The Swedish team in Poland or the American team in Poland?
Both together as a unit.
Yeah.
Where does this team you're forming now currently weigh in terms of partying versus winning? Are you guys more trying to win or more trying to party?
Yeah, I mean, I always I like personal achievements, right? So I think you can find both types of players in the team. Some will probably party a bit harder than others. So we'll see what happens. But for sure, I'm trying to build a team that will put us back on the podium. So
that's the perfect answer. That's you should run for president of something. You
definitely need to change your background right now too.
I like it. All right, guys. Thanks. That is Team Sweden. 4 top picks come to you from the overall captain of Team Sweden for 2021, as Brad said. And that is our announcement for today. Everyone get back to whatever you were doing. If you're in America and you're not watching football, why? And if you're not in America and you're in Sweden, hey, you didn't make the team. It's okay. You know who's making decisions now. It's Daniel. Send him some cash, right? You pay 89% of socialistic income tax anyways. Just send another couple percent Daniel's way, and maybe he'll put you on the team. Maybe he won't. I don't know. It sounds like there's a coach spot open as well. So even if you're, I don't know, terrible at the game, like another Richard I know, maybe you can get that position. I have no idea. I'm just saying that there are options for you. There are still 4 spots open technically, right? If you make
4 spots open, I'm gonna do some more drafts.
And there's a coach
is to have the team ready before March.
And there's a coach, right? So 4 spots and a coach.
There's a coach.
That makes a whole hand. You know what you could do with a hand? You could do a high five, and that's our show for today.